Welcome back again to Citizen channel. Today we will talk about SQL injection, but before that I want to talk about SQL basics to understand how this flow works in details. So first of all, let's agree that rarely to see these days web app that does not use database. The web app used the databases to store usernames, passwords, in general users' data. Types of these databases are Microsoft SQL Server, MySQL Server, Oracle, IBM, and more. Other question we have here, which is who can interact with these databases? We have programmers or system operators, so those people can make scripts to store or deal with users' credentials, and this interaction can be done by structured query language, which is SQL. So, what is SQL? We can consider it as a language that we can interact with the database, and it is very close to English, which make it easy. For example, if I want to take a data from a specific table, I can make a command in such form: select username from accounts, and that's all. And these commands, we call it queries. But let's go back to real world. If we wanna enter our username and password in URL login PHP, the login PHP will send the query to the database to check our username and password. If it's correct, it will allow us to access our account. If it's not, it will print out something like account does not exist. The query will be something like select username from accounts, where username is citizen and password 1234, and it closes it with semicolon. How SQL injection happens? SQL injection happens when we doing break for the statement, which makes the condition false. So, in our previous example, if we put the password single apostrophe, it will look like something like that, which is select username from accounts, where username citizen and password apostrophe. Okay? So in password field, we have apostrophe, which make the database confused. So, is it made to close the previous apostrophe or the next one? Other than that, there is an extra one. Why SQL injection is so dangerous? According to OWASP, a successful SQL injection can read sensitive data from the database, which means we can get all the databases, modify database data, insert, update, or delete. This means also the ability to insert ransomware in the database and encrypt it. And after that, I will be the one who has the key. And more, like shut down the database or uploading reverse shell to the server and more. Now let's do some basic SQL statement, which is how the commands will look like. All I need for now is start my SQL service by doing service MySQL and start. I want to check it, so status. Now I want to enter to the database. I will use the command MySQL -u to identify the username and root. MySQL does not have password, so I will enter directly. First of all, to make it easy, we can say that in RDBMS, which stands for Relational Database Management System, like MySQL or Oracle, contains one database or more, and the database contains one table or more, and the tables contains columns and rows. So first statement we have is show databases and semicolon. Here we can see all the databases that it has. To enter any of these databases, I will use the command use and the name of the database. So I will enter the classic models. And now I am in the classic models database. To show tables, I will use show tables. And here we have all the tables, which is here in classic models database. I want to mention something, which is SQL keywords are not case sensitive. So show tables is the same as show tables, but the table name is sensitive. So accounts like select all from accounts are not the same like select all from accounts in uppercase. Now I can see all the tables in my SQL database. So let's see the columns. I will use show columns from accounts, which is table. Here we can show columns from the table that I want. So the form of the statement will be something like typing the command and in the last semicolon, and that's all. Let's go to queries right now, which is a SQL statement that retrieve a data. For example, select all from accounts, which I make previously, semicolon, okay. It's similar to select username from accounts, where username is sudo then, and here it print out a result, where here in the select statement means when. So let's organize the process. First of all, I enter to the database like show databases, and I select a database by using use classic models, and after that I show the tables, and I select a column from the tables, like I will select all of them, select all columns from table called accounts, and that's all for queries. Let's deal with some basic operation like and or. For example, the same command here, I will add to it and password column is 1 2 3 4 5 semicolon, and it's print a result. Here we use and here and it must those two conditions are true. If one of them are false, all the statement will be false. For example, if I do the same one here and password is something like that, it will not print anything, so it will not find it. But if I use something like this, and instead of and I will put or, it will print it. Why? Because in or it's enough to have only one condition is true. So if this true, the whole statement will be true. If this true, whole statement will be true. So let's take additional idea. I can find the username and password by using the employee number column, which is here. For example, if we check the table using select all from accounts, it will show us all the accounts. So I want to choose Murphy, which is second one, and he has employee number like 1002. Okay, so I want to find Murphy and his password by using his employee number. So I will use something like select username password from accounts, where employee number is 1220, and it prints out Murphy and Diane, which is password for Murphy. So the form of select is like select and the columns that I want to print from the database, where another column has this value. Okay, so I can print like I don't know, select email and job title from database, which is accounts, where username is Bo, and here it's print email and job title, which I asked here from here. So we finished select statement, which is the most basic statement in SQL and how it's work. And now let's go to union. Union used to combine two tables together. So let's check the tables that we have here, which is show tables. Here we have accounts table, and other one here we have office table. So quickly, let's check the office table by using select all from offices. Okay, Now I'm gonna use union to show you how it will looks like. Previously we made statement like select and it shows us Murphy and Diane. I will use the same command but with union. I will do union. Here we are making another statement, select city and phone. Here we select city column and phone column from the table which is offices. Okay, from offices, so it will print all of them. Here it print the first one which is Murphy and Diane, and here we select city column and phone column from offices table, so it print all of them which is here. Of course that this statement will work alone. Okay, so we just combine two select statement together by using union. The important thing that you have to take care while you are dealing with union, that in the first statement if you choose two columns, the second statement you must choose two columns. If three columns in the first one, three columns in the second one, and so on. So here we choose username 1, 2, here also 1 and 2. So what will happen if I choose two columns in the first statement like 1, 2, and in the second statement I choose only one, which is city? It said that the select statement that we use has different number of columns. This is the core of SQL injection, because in web app that used SQL statement from one table, we can escalate to another table using union. But that's not all. But in our example, we knew the name of the other tables in offices, while in real world scenario we will not. There are other techniques we can use to find them, but we will talk about them later. Thank you guys for watching and see you in basic SQL injection.